In the heat of a sweltering Los Angeles afternoon in 1967, Bruce Lee stood before a skeptical crowd at a martial arts demonstration, his lean frame taut with energy, his eyes calm but fierce. This was the moment he would redefine combat philosophy forever. With just a simple challenge, an open invitation to anyone to try and land a strike on him, he illustrated what would become the cornerstone of his legacy. Jeet Kune, the way of the intercepting fist. One man stepped forward, a trained fighter nearly twice Bruce's size, confident in traditional styles. But Bruce didn't stand in a rigid stance. He moved like water, fluid, fast, unpredictable. Before the challenger could complete a punch, Bruce's hand shot forward, a blur in the air, stopping inches from the man's throat. Silence, then awe. What Bruce had done wasn't magic. It was mastery of motion, timing, and philosophy. He spoke not just of defeating opponents, but of transcending style, of stripping away the excess, and expressing oneself honestly through movement. Be formless, shapeless like water, he told them. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Water can flow, or it can crash. That day, he didn't just demonstrate fighting, he shared a worldview. Bruce wasn't interested in being the best in any one tradition. He wanted to demolish the very concept of limitation. He taught that martial arts were not about forms, but freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from ego, freedom from the boundaries of style. It was that philosophy, more than even his lightning speed or charisma, that made Bruce Lee a legend. Not just of martial arts, but of life itself. As Bruce stepped down from the demonstration mat, a hush lingered in the air, broken only by the soft shuffling of feet as people leaned in to process what they had just witnessed. He hadn't thrown a flurry of punches or delivered a flashy spinning kick. He had shown something far more profound: the stillness within motion, the power of instinct sharpened by self-knowledge. That night, he sat alone in his modest home, scribbling thoughts in his journal where pages were filled with both kung-fu sketches and philosophical musings. Jeet Kune is not a style, he wrote. It is the art of fighting without fighting. The paradox wasn't lost on him. Bruce understood that the real opponent was not the man in front of you, but the hesitation within you. Every punch, every dodge, every breath was a step closer to truth. Months later, during a filmed interview, a host asked him if he considered himself Chinese or American. Bruce smiled, then said, "I think of myself as a human being." That was his real revolution, not just uniting East and West in combat, but breaking down identity, style, and structure into something universal. His fame grew, not just because he could knock a man down with a 1-inch punch, but because he dared to challenge centuries of tradition with a single idea. Truth is discovered, not inherited. Martial arts was his vehicle, but self-mastery was the real destination. Even in Hollywood, where he fought racial stereotypes and rejection, he didn't bend. He created his own path, much like his fighting style. In every film, every lesson, and every step he took, Bruce Lee wasn't just teaching people how to fight. He was teaching them how to live.